Compass FM, we've got the Sallies with us. It's Major Nigel Maine, and I've just been having a bit of a lesson on just why the Sallies and brass music have this very strong association. More about that coming shortly, but in the meantime, a very good afternoon, Nigel.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
Good to have you back in the studio. What's been going on recently with the Sallies? Let's have a bit of an overview.
Well, locally, we just talked about, just brass, and we go into two schools, Ashgrove and Rangiora Borough, and we teach kids, and we've got 20 at the moment where we teach, and they had an end of term concert last Monday, which was really well attended.
And what ages are we talking?
Primary school, so we've got 6-year-olds right up to 13-year-olds, which is a huge range when you're trying to teach them. And for the tutor, Barrett Hocking, who is just a magician and the most patient guy in the world, he does really well.
I'm trying to imagine a sort of primary school age kid lifting a great big trumpet or whatever, but do you play an instrument yourself?
Yeah, I play in the local Salvation Army band, and whatever we need, I have a go at.
It's a lovely sound, isn't it? You know, brass. And the Sallies originated where? London?
So the Salvation Army started in the East End of London in 1865, and with the brass band music, it was done by a family who thought it would be great to accompany the songs, and I think that's just where it grew from there. The Salvation Army was huge in theatres. They went from theatre to theatre and until they had their own buildings, and there were big crowds.
Yeah, and many people, of course, familiar with the Sallies around Christmas time, you know, going around the neighbourhoods on the back of the truck, stopping periodically and playing that beautiful brass music. It's such a lovely sound. Do you still do that?
We do. Well, not so much on the truck. There's so many health and safety bits and pieces nowadays. We have to walk it or stay at Pack and Save or New World or wherever we can in the malls. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's a pity. Speaking of the malls and that sort of thing, I know the Red Shield Appeal is coming up, and that will be in local malls and on street corners.
Yeah. So the Red Shield Appeal is huge for us. It contributes to our national funding for all our community ministries, including housing, food parcels, addictions, all the stuff that you'd imagine the Salvation Army helping in the community it goes towards. And so it's a national appeal. So the great thing is that the money won't stay in Rangiora. It will go to the South Island, and there's a lot of issues on the South Island as well as all over the place. But yeah, we're going to be at outside Farmers, outside Countdown, New World. We're going to be in Oxford, and we're going to be at BP Ravenwood as well as one in Rangiora. So you'll find us.
Yep, it's a week-long thing.
It is a week-long thing. It starts on the 11th of May to the 15th of May. So it's going to be a big week for us, yeah.
All right, folks, give generously, please, to the Red Shield Appeal this year with the Salvation Army. And speaking of the great work that you do in the community and have done for, crikey, we're talking well over a century, aren't we? We're talking 150 years nearly the Sallies have been going. Great demand for food parcels at the moment?
There's always seems to be a real need, and it's everyone knows the COVID, and it is unfortunately people have lost jobs through that, and people who are used to having jobs. So we wanted to say, if you're struggling, please don't be afraid to come along. Give us a call, tell us your story. We'll listen to you. We'll give you what you need, and we'll be there to help.
And the demand, I know the demand was big, last year. Is it easing off at all, Nigel, or are we at the same level?
I think it's about the same level. We've noticed that as the levels for COVID levels go up, the anxiety climbs, and I can totally understand that, because it is a scary time, not only for families but for people who are a bit older who don't want to get sick. And with COVID, it could be a very serious situation when they do. So there is anxieties. We totally understand that.
Yep, absolutely. And of course, food parcels just one aspect of what you do. There's support for a whole raft and range of things, yeah?
We've got a great relationship with agencies, the budgeting service, and we've got great connections with other agencies like Hope Trust and the council. And so we'll do our best to help you.
Fantastic. Always good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Major Nigel Maine from the Salvation Army.
Compass FM.